Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 262 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Morning, Liz. How's it going? Good morning, Rachel. All right, so get into our meditation routine here. I will see you all on the other side. All right, everybody, welcome back. Auntie Louisa, good morning. Miss Miner, good morning. Good morning. Amy, good morning. All right. So we just finished our meditation routine. So now we're going to get into our reading routine. And I will see you all on the other side. All righty, everybody. Welcome back. Congratulations to everybody. We just finished our sixth book, A New Earth. Bam. And huge success. I mean, wow. And what an incredible book. If you haven't read the book yet, it's absolutely marvelous. I haven't figured out what our next book is going to be, but so far, for everybody who's joined us, we've read A New Earth. We've read Relentless by Tim Grover, which is a really good book also. Think and Grow Rich, which is something that everybody talks about. Most of us, well, that I didn't get a chance to read until I started this journey. The Four Disciplines of Execution. This is a really, really good book also. Spiritual Reliability, which was our first book by Richard Seaman, my life coach teacher, and Unshakable by Tony Robbins. So it's been quite a journey. I mean, to say the least. But I think we can in the next, because we have 3 days until we get to day 365. So I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to get through at least two more books in the next 110 days, right? Or 100 days, actually 102 days. So no, actually, at least 3 more books. We'll shoot for at least 3 books, unless we read a big one. So we just finished our reading routine. Now we're getting into our journaling routine. I think the biggest thing that I learned, or that stands out to me after reading that book, is just 15 minutes a day can be some of the most powerful time that you invest in not only yourself, but in just organizing and structuring your life. So in our journaling routine, I usually like to start off by writing about what I'm most grateful for. And in the morning, that's reading, being, and in the morning, that's reading. In the morning, it's waking up and being in perfect mental, spiritual, and physical health. And then I go to yesterday's activities, and I find gratitude in the experiences and things I was able to learn yesterday, people I was able to meet, and anything I wish to manifest moving forward, then I write about those things also. So if you have any questions about what to write in your journal, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see you all on the other side. All right. So we'll go ahead and finish up this book, wrap up um, the last few pages here as we exit. And author made some pretty good points here. In this last chapter, A New Earth, he says, make sure your vision or goal is not an inflated image of yourself and therefore a concealed form of ego, such as wanting to become a movie star, a famous writer, or a wealthy entrepreneur. Also, make sure your goal is not focused on having this or that, such as a mansion by the sea, your company, or $10 million in the bank. An enlarged image of yourself or a vision of yourself, having this or that is all static goals and therefore don't empower you. Instead, make sure your goals are dynamic. That is to say, point toward an activity that you are engaged in and through which you are connected to other human beings as well as to the whole. Instead of seeing yourself as a famous actor and writer and so on, see yourself inspiring countless people with your work and enriching their lives. Feel how that activity enriches or deepens but the countless others. Feel yourself being an opening through which energy flows from the unmanifested source of all life through you for the benefit of all. That's a really big thing to think about, primarily because we have the power to manifest anything we want in this life. And so if you have the desire to become a millionaire and financially independent, um, or financially free, which just means to say that you're making money in your sleep. Um, sometimes you can get lost in the static goal of just dreaming and aspiring to, to build something that can just make you money so that you can achieve. But I guess the biggest takeaway here is that we want to focus on the activity, being the best at what we do. And through being the best at what we do, which comes and stems from a place of love, inner love or inner peace or enjoyment with what we do, then naturally we will manifest all of these things that we desire to have in our material world. There's nothing wrong with dreaming and saying, "Oh no, I deserve everything on this planet that I want. If I want a Lamborghini, I'm getting a Lamborghini. Period." Like, it doesn't make you materialistic. It doesn't make you. There's no place for judgment in that. But what the book is suggesting here is just not to get lost in that identity of wanting a Lamborghini. Because first off, when you want it, that's different than assuming the feeling. So you want to assume the feeling that you already have achieved it. I already have $1 million in my bank account, right? So it's like, that's it. I already have a Lamborghini. I already have a mansion by the sea. That's not really something that I want because I already have it. And so I'm just waiting for the keys to get delivered to me through the mailbox. So that is the creative use of the mind. And that is why there is no wanting involved. You cannot manifest what you want. You can only manifest what you already have. Here we are. You may get what you want through hard work and stress, but that is not the way of the new earth. Jesus gave the key to the creative use of mind and to the consciousness or the conscious manifestation of form when he said, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Now, for those of us, or for those people who are woke and are walking and wakened and searching for and are searching for a higher level of enlightenment and consciousness, the book refers to us as the frequency holders. In past ages, they would have probably been called contemplatives. There is no place for them, it seems, in our contemporary civilization. On the arising new earth, which is defined in the book as a world or a space where all people across the world are starting to become awakened to this sense of being that lives within us, the truest power that we call inner God. People are coming into realization of that. And so therefore, the book declares a new earth. However, their role is just as vital as the creators, their role being the people who are the frequency holders, the anchors of the world is what they refer to us as, the doers and, excuse me, on the arising new earth. However, their role is just as vital as the creators, the doers, the reformers. Their junction is to anchor the frequency of the new consciousness on this planet. I call them frequency holders. They are here to generate consciousness through the activities of daily life, through their interactions with others, as well as through just being. And last but not least, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus makes a prediction that to this day few people have understood. He says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." In modern versions of the Bible, meek is translated as humble. So blessed are the humble, for they shall inherit the earth. Who are the meek or the humble? And what does it mean that they shall inherit the earth? The meek are the egoless. They are those who have awakened to their essential true nature as consciousness and recognize that essence in all others, all life forms. They live in the surrendered state and so feel their oneness with the whole and the source. They embody the awakened consciousness that is changing all aspects of life on our planet, including nature, because life on earth is inseparable from the human consciousness that perceives and interacts with it. That is the sense in which the meek will inherit the earth. A new species is arising on the planet. It is arising now, and you are it. So let me go back and read that one more time. Got it. So the frequency holders in this world, again, congratulations to everyone. We finished our 6th book. That book was a little bit longer, but yeah. So the meek, the humble shall be blessed and shall inherit the earth. Those who are living in egoless form. To live in an egoless state means not to be offended when somebody cuts you off, not to be offended when somebody cusses you out or mistreats somebody in your family. The egoless and the prideless are the humble, the people who are the anchors of the world. So the book claims. And I also believe and align with and believe to be true. And the reason why they shall inherit the earth is because their energy, the energy in which that you give off in response to a negative action, makes the world a better place, because you have so much negativity around in the world, and it's so easy to get into a negative state. It's so easy to be mad. It's so easy to be frustrated. But for those people who are conscious, for those of us who are walking, understanding I'm upset right now, understanding I'm frustrated right now, I cannot allow myself to be in that state of mind. I cannot allow myself to be in that state of being, because it's going to reflect and it's going to give off even more negativity, and to add to the collective consciousness of negativity is counterproductive to a new earth, creating a new earth, a earth where ideas can be supported, a earth where people can be different, a earth where people are awakened, and now not allowing their external being or their external influences influence them. A new earth where people all can work and live together as one, without differences. And I think it makes sense that the book would coin those of us who are awakened, and or in search of the light, constant search of the light, as frequency holders, because it is a big responsibility. First, to recognize how powerful you truly are and come into your highest self. You got to be careful what you ask for, because, or excuse me, you don't have to be careful. You just have to be mindful of what you ask for, because there's a lot of different transformations that happen within you, a lot of transformation that happen within you that you may not even see. You may say, I want this, or I want that, or I wish to be this person, I wish to be that person. But then your biochemistry completely starts to change and move. And so you have to be careful, because not be careful, but be mindful, because what will happen is things will start to change and people will start to respond to you a certain way. And then you may start to believe, oh man, what if there's something wrong with me? And you don't want to get into that place. You just have to be mindful, because that could lead down to a whole nother path somewhere you didn't even imagine you'd be going, because you had a desire to do X or to become X. So just be mindful in your approach, and be mindful in what you're asking for. But do understand that you are the most powerful person on this world, or on this earth, and that with the help and the gifts of God that He has given us, we are not here to endure suffering. We are not here to endure, hopelessness and faithlessness. We are here to create the best possible life with the power that He's instilled within us, the power of thinking, the power of feeling, and understanding, that the world is a lot bigger than the material things that we will ever attain in our life, right? The purpose of living is a lot bigger than any material thing that we will attain in our life. And so I thank you, Eckhart Tolle, for writing such a marvelous book. You have fundamentally opened my mind to, 4, 5, 6 different dimensions that I probably would not have come to anytime in the next, couple years. So I appreciate you accelerating that process. And not only that, I thank God for the ability to read and cognitively think about concepts and ideology, and to receive other people's words, and transmit and translate them to another, to another perspective, so that others around us can, understand the message, and, come into their highest selves and their highest beings also. So I thank the universe, and I thank everybody for joining me on the journey. Reading A New Earth and all the way up to this point. So from that state of gratitude and that state of peace, thank you everyone for joining me today for day 262 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. And I will see you all tomorrow. For everybody who jumped on the messenger board this morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you for the constant support. We will start a new book tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be quite yet, but I have a few hours to figure it out. And so I'm excited to see what comes next. And then everybody who's watching from home, thank you and good morning. And I will see you all tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.